Hey, this is a podcast. No, wait, it's a comedy podcast. Well, we tried to make it a comedy podcast, and it's not meant to offend anyone. So don't get offended, okay? And wait, there's something else. Oh, yeah. Listener discretion is advised.
Audiomatic presents Our Last Week.
Hi, Quran.
Hi, Pal.
We are together.
Face to face.
Wow.
Wow.
Got to catch up after a while.
Yeah, you've been away for a long time.
Yeah,
Pal.
and you've got rid of your mustache,
Everything. My
Yeah.
colored hair.
your colored hair. You were in a dramatic role.
Yeah.
You were acting, and it must. How does it? It's quite chameleon-like, right? Like to have different looks over the years.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun sometimes to get into it. Sometimes it's embarrassing to roam around in public with some of those looks.
But you can't roam around as the character.
No, I mean, you can, but I mean...
Like Daniel Day-Lewis, he becomes the character. They say, right?
So
like
what, he roams around as Lincoln
as Lincoln, or
to get coffee? and
or
all that
There
stuff.
Will Be Blood, where he was a prospector from the 1900s who had an
Yeah.
affinity for killing people. So
And
he
what,
used
he
to-
goes around sniffing oil.
yeah. I'd like a double latte, please.
With a long straw.
He used to talk like that. Yeah. Do you think Anthony Hopkins is roaming around like Silence of the Lambs, you know?
The lambs, Clarice. The lambs.
Like he's going to a restaurant and talking like that.
I'd like the lamb,
Yeah.
please.
Do you think the RRR guys are roaming around like that?
With
Where-
those straps on their thing.
Wherever they go, they unleash a zoo
Yeah.
onto people.
Who
Yeah.
can last longer.
Yeah.
That's a good song, the RRR song. But I don't
Natu,
think...
Natu, the film.
Natu. And then you have the kick.
Americans love that film. It's doing very well
It's
in
doing
America.
very well, yeah.
They're dancing to Natu Natu. I've also, like a lot of people, it started a debate on whether this is a film about colonization and it's not an accurate portrayal of British governors, because I think one of the main villains is the British Governor Scott.
I haven't seen it, but
Right.
I'm very keen to watch it.
So it's 1920s. It's a sort of empire revenge drama.
Right,
So this Governor Scott is a very bad guy, and he kidnaps some child or whatever,
right.
and then they get revenge basically, because the British are an easy target in our films, because they're not going to come back and do anything. So hopefully, so basically, Lagan also, So I think that to win an Oscar, if you do an anti-British thing, automatically Americans are quite fond of it.
They love it.
So they love it. So this Governor Scott in the final scene, and the British have been a little upset, saying, why are we always the villains in your movies, this, that. But
I mean, just look at your history.
yeah, it's easy.
Yeah, I mean, okay, whatever. There's some sort of
Yeah.
fictionalization of some of the characters, but whatever.
So in this one, the argument was that, Governor Scott, there's no way that a governor would have captured and tortured a child. It's unlikely that any of this would have happened. To which, the argument could also be, why are you looking for accuracy in a massive South Indian blockbuster? This is a film where a man unleashes a zoo on a British garden party.
Right.
Where all the animals go batshit crazy and start attacking the people at this dinner party. So maybe we shouldn't be looking for deep historical accuracy in a Rajnikant film.
The problem, I completely get that things in fiction should be fictionalized.
Yeah,
I mean, like
yeah,
there's
yeah.
no reason not to.
Yeah.
The problem arises in our country when a lot of fiction is taken as fact.
Yeah.
And I think generally that's become, it's been a trend for very long. And ever since films, I don't think we've gone beyond the thing that heroes are not actually heroes, or that, like when they make a religious film, or a religious TV series,
Yeah.
those characters are those people.
Yeah.
Like, exactly what you're saying. Like, so Ram was Ram. Like, he
Yeah.
could go and win an election.
And he fought.
He has also.
I think we've talked about this on this podcast. For a long time, if you're a villain in an 80s Indian film.
You're a horrible human
It was
being.
very hard for you to get an apartment in Bombay.
Yeah, who would give it to a villain?
So I think that Ranjit and Shakti
Yeah.
Kapoor in the early years talk about how tough it was to get a place to live in Bombay.
Yeah, but the thing is that because the Indian public generally looks at a lot of these things as fact. So now when you show history like this,
Yeah.
a lot of the young people, a lot of people who just take it at face value actually believe that that's the way things were.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit
And
of
also
an
for the
exaggeration.
landlord, I think in 1986, he would
Yeah.
have also said, "Are you know that villain?
Hmm.
That villain lives here." Like not
I've got that villain on the first floor. Yeah.
a villain is there
Yeah.
living
Ek
above.
villain.
Yeah. So on the first floor of the house is a villain.
Yeah.
Not that's his name.
He's not an actor.
No,
He's
playing a
not an
part.
artist.
He becomes a villain in life.
Yeah.
So you've never had sort of. So I guess if you can't
I
walk
try
around
not to
like
go around in, being
feels,
my character.
and at the end of a film, you feel like shed something, right? Like
That's true. Like, when you finally get out of, like, if it's like a mustache or a beard that you're sporting or some sort of hairdo, and then finally when you get it off your face and you just wash that color off or whatever it is, you feel like you've shed some part of that character has left you. Which is nice. As in, I'm feeling I'm a lot lighter after having gotten rid of that beard and hair. But
They say a lot of great actors are not very comfortable after they have done with the part with being themselves.
But that's for great actors.
Yeah.
For guys like
Yeah, it's fine.
for us, it's okay.
They are just a normal person. Yeah.
See, we are just like, we just
Like
do a little bit of
they
this.
used to say great actors, Peter Sellers, for example,
These are great actors.
that apparently that between roles, he was a damn boring person. Like he was just a guy waiting to get into another skin.
Because he himself was really boring.
Yeah. And
But
you-
I think I kind of relate to that.
he said, I don't like the downtime between films
Yeah.
because I don't know who I am. Because the person that he is, he doesn't like it. He's just a guy, wakes up, sleeps.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't have that many interesting to say. But the moment, say, in the next film, you are Inspector Clouseau.
Yeah.
And he's like, hello. Like
Yeah.
immediately becomes.
But that's why I find that that's why I don't like getting too many tattoos or like doing some sort of weird hairdo myself or doing some weird mustache. I just feel that I get to do all of that at work.
Other people. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
my work.
Yeah.
So I like to be as vanilla as possible.
Do you think
know, like-
actors between roles should be kept in a room? Just doing nothing, just being fed,
Yeah.
kept in a room, not say anything, watch a little TV, just till they get into their next thing.
Yeah.
Like, do you think that actors should not be allowed to roam in society and then have a characteristic and a personality?
The
Yeah.
less the better, I think.
Yeah. Whereas
Now,
now,
if you've got your own issues and all that stuff, then you're bringing those issues into your character's issues.
but nowadays that's become the person is a character also.
But now, then, see, that's when the casting, then there's less and less acting.
Yeah.
And there's more and more of a casting job. So there's like which actor has been suffering from depression and is trying to kill himself. We're trying to cast a depressive, suicidal person, but we're looking for someone who is depressed and suicidal. But then that's not acting, that's just casting.
And also he's playing a better role of that in real life.
Yeah, and I don't think he is in the mental space to act as a depressed,
No.
suicidal guy because
No.
he's depressed and suicidal right
In
now.
real life.
Yeah,
In fact, you're reducing the depression.
Correct.
By making it.
and
like,
and if you give him a break in this big film,
Yeah.
maybe he won't be depressed anymore and
No.
won't be suicidal, and then he'll have to play depressed and suicidal. But then they'll say, but see, then at least he'll have something to draw from.
Yeah.
And I'm like, arey yaar.
No. Yeah. In fact, just let him be and just shoot him in real life.
Yeah.
See, nowadays the lines are very blurry. Like Ranveer Singh, he's already sort of so crazy in real life and wears crazy clothes, etc. Now, when you cast that guy, you're casting a character basically. Like you're casting a person who's already acting in real life.
Yeah.
He's not a guy who's sitting and waiting to act.
Right.
So you're just taking a guy who's already playing some role in life into another role. You know what I mean? Like, he's already like, hey, main aa gaya hu, ah! He's already doing so many things.
Yeah.
So there isn't, like, it's not like the old days where you're just sitting around getting wasted. I guess the reason so many actors were alcoholics were they just sitting around be like, who am I next? You're Balbir. Okay, Balbir. Now I'm somebody. You know, so now that waiting around being nothing is not there.
No, but the thing is that the waiting around being nothing. I mean, of course, you are absorbing. I think you should observe and all of that. That's damn important. Like you watch other people's work. You watch other people. You watch people around you in your real life. But if you are too many of those people,
if you're already doing so much,
like if you're already like such a like say you're a
Good Evening Star Screen Awards.
Like I'm a rock star. Like I'm like Bono. I'm like you know I'm like crazy. Like I'm a guy. I'm Mick Jagger.
Yeah.
You know, like now if I'm saying now if Mick Jagger was to play, like it might be funny also. But I'm saying that, like, if he was to play a simple guy or a postman or or he's supposed to play the King of England, I'd watch it because it would be Mick Jagger playing that. And it would be entertaining for sure. But I'm always looking at Mick Jagger.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
I'm already a character.
Yeah. So so then it's very difficult to get that persona out of your head.
Yeah.
And sometimes those personas are bigger than the characters that they're playing then.
Yeah.
So then it's even more difficult to convince people that you are that thing. Because then you're saying, oh, this is damn funny. Mick Jagger's playing a postman. This is damn funny. Yes, it is very funny.
Yeah.
But you're watching it because it's Mick
one
Jagger.
character playing another character. Yeah.
And that's what's funny. And it is entertaining.
It's like if you take Hannibal the Cannibal.
Yeah.
And then get him to play,
Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah. Or Forrest Gump. Or Anthony Hopkins. Then it's like, but the guy is already like a guy who's eating people.
He's eating people. That's what he does. That's his real life thing.
Now he eats people.
Yeah.
Now you're trying to get him to be a romantic hero.
Yeah.
Fine, but now you're just watching a train wreck. But that's that 90% of the movies now when we watch, we have so much information about the actor's personal life that now the film is a letdown actually. You know, because
but that's like if you're so entertaining in other forms
in real
of
life,
media, like like you're so entertaining on like social media, and you're so funny on Twitter, and you're so like this thing. Then what is left on other things?
Yeah,
like then what do I do?
Then
in the
movie is a downer.
The movie is less then.
So how do you deal with, when the Instagram people during a film release,
they
tell you, Kunal, we need you to do a crazy dance.
See, my thing is very clear. It's like, listen, I have only this much.
This is it.
These are the number of tricks I have.
And I've given it in the film.
Things.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to say that, listen, I do this one podcast. I have a few jokes I can tell over there.
Yeah.
And then so I can voice my opinion. I can say a few things there.
Yeah.
And then in the movies, I'm playing a few characters and I can dance a little and whatever this thing. Now, if I do that here also, and then I do it on Twitter and I do it on YouTube and I do it on Instagram and I do it at events also, then I don't have anything else.
What?
Then there's nothing left. Where do I do unless I do the same thing every year, which is boring for me.
Because imagine you play the role of a serial killer.
Yeah.
They'll be like, oh, that podcaster.
Yeah.
He's a serial killer in this film.
I can't imagine,
Because he's just a normal funny guy who talks about conundrums.
Yeah.
He murders 9 housewives. Like it gets there.
Can't be.
And then they for that film to promote it, they make you do a little Lavani dance.
Correct. And that's why a lot of our listeners will find it very difficult to watch me in anything.
Anything.
Like, this guy talks shit on that
podcast.
This guy is
he talks about a soap for half an hour.
Yeah, what is he really? He's like getting crying and all that.
He's playing Nathuram Godse.
How is it possible? So that's what I'm saying. So now I've already lost this full audience. These listeners are not going to watch me in anything or be convinced of anything.
Yeah, this one is gone.
It's gone.
Yeah.
But the good thing is that we have only that many listeners.
40, 50 people.
70, 80 at best.
And they don't hopefully go to the films. They have good taste.
They don't do all that.
Yeah.
So then I'm saying that so at least my market is still open.
Yeah.
I haven't exposed myself to the larger market.
But like tomorrow, like how do these things help, right? Like tomorrow, let's say they are like, we need you to play Subhash Chandra Bose because you look a little like Subhash Chandra Bose. And to promote it, we want you to go to Instagram and do a little dance.
As Subhash Chandra Bose or as Kunal?
This is the thing, right?
Yeah.
Like they said, no, we need you as, say Kunal.
Yeah.
You're promoting the film. We need you to do a little, dance, whatever, to Badshah.
Correct.
Like we need you to do a Kala Chashma.
Yeah.
And we need you as Subhash Chandra Bose wearing a Kala Chashma,
Singing Tum Mujhe Khoon Do.
something like that. But in the Kala Chashma group dance Instagram style.
Right.
Now imagine, say that goes viral, okay? And 20 million people see it. And more people would have seen that than you as Subhash Chandra Bose. But people, imagine what their plan is to get that audience who saw you dancing as Subhash Chandra Bose in Kala Chashma to watch the Subhash Chandra Bose film. And somehow I feel like there's that you
There's
may
a
not be able
disconnect.
to deliver what you did in the dance in the film.
Yeah.
Like people will be disappointed because
And this is where cross promotion or trying to find the right audience for the right thing.
yeah.
And that's why I genuinely believe views do not translate into people having interest in the final thing that you're promoting.
Yeah.
Just because 4 million people have seen this,
You dancing.
me dancing, maybe that's entertaining.
Yeah.
And they got entertained watching that thing.
Now
But
to-
it doesn't translate into anything. It doesn't translate into, I got to watch this film. They might know that it's there, but they might still be uninterested to watch
And
the
also,
final thing.
in some ways, they might be upset because they saw you doing a 2-minute dance
In costume.
to Kala Chashma
Yeah.
on top of a Lamborghini. And now you brought all these people to watch a 10-part Netflix series about the rise of Subhash Chandra Bose, a serious, grim story about your rise. But they've all come seeing you in the dance.
Yeah.
Now they'll be upset
It's a
because
letdown.
because they were expecting you to dance on a Lamborghini to
Yeah.
Kala Chashma. Instead, they get a
And they were
Subhash
expecting
Chandra Bose
Subhash Chandra Bose the musical.
musical.
Yeah.
But you give them a serious thing where you die at the end. So sometimes I feel like these parts that you're asked to play, they may be detrimental actually to the film.
Yeah.
I often think that isn't it better for actors to just do nothing between movies?
I always think that it's
Right.
better. So your first suggestion is the best. Just lock
keep them in a
padded room.
Yeah.
Throw them a little food.
And they
They'll
come,
entertain me.
what am I this month? This month, you are Veerappan. Okay. I'm playing a robber. What am I next month? Next month, you're playing the French ambassador.
Yeah.
So, between films, you don't have to also additionally play other parts.
Yeah.
Which is just, I think it's a fair requirement
It's
of
better.
life. Hi, welcome to The Break.
Yeah.
We are now listener supported.
We're supported by listeners.
Support us.
Please.
Help us get up in the morning.
Yeah. So in order to support us, please go to patreon.com/our last week and subscribe.
You get a free episode, you get cool merchandise,
Merch.
and you get us to participate in your life by coming to your ears.
Yeah.
Is the
Not
grammar-
house.
Not house.
No.
No sensible listener of our last week has a house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, in case you don't subscribe, you should go to patreon.com/our last week and subscribe. There are 2 options there, $5 and $2, and you get many different benefits.
Me doing dirty voices.
Those are avoidable, but you get that.
Please subscribe.
Please do. Patreon.com/our last week.
Is this voice better?
No.
I thought
Creepy.
this is
It's creepy. It's creepy.
So, okay.
Don't scare people.
Sorry.
man.
Sorry. Kunal,
Yes.
my first conundrum is this. Someone in my building passed away. And he left behind a very efficient staff member who was his driver. And you know how most people fight over real estate and, when somebody passes away, they want property, money. The whole building wants this driver because he was a damn good driver. Now, somebody has grabbed that driver and is getting him to do errands. Another person in the building said,
How can you use him?
yeah, how could you use him? Now the person who's using him says, I'm not using him as a driver. I'm using him to do photocopy. And that is not in any way destroying Mr. Verma's memory. Because Mr. Verma, who passed away, used him as a driver. So my conundrum is this. It's a 2-part conundrum. Like, after what period can you start grabbing the staff of someone who has passed away? And second, if you're using him in a different arena. So he was a very efficient guy, but a driver. And it was well known that he's very employable. but you're using him as a different thing, like as a photocopy boy, are you still respecting the memory? Are you still, is that ethically allowed?
I think that that I don't think you should wait too long.
Yeah.
Because,
skills also get rusty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You shouldn't wait too long.
Yeah.
You should
Grab.
kind of grab.
Yeah.
But maybe not at the funeral and all that.
Yeah.
So, you don't want to be it shouldn't be an aside at the funeral.
अभी तुम्हारा साहब चला गया है.
हाँ, अभी क्या
करेगा? क्या plans है? कुछ नहीं सर, अभी तो funeral में ही है हम लोग. हाँ. कितना मिलता था हमको? 18,000 sir plus overtime. कल से आ जाओ. That's where he was trying. Someone was trying to grab him, and someone else saw it
and
said,
please,
not now. We are at the funeral. The pyre is still burning.
How can you?
How dare you? Yeah. And he said, no, I'm paying him 18,000, but not to be a driver. He's just going to be my helper.
But I don't think that circumvents the thing of employment. You can't it's just it's a farce. It's a veil.
Yeah, you'll get him to be a driver very soon.
Yeah,
2-3 days he'll be driving. So grabbing things, like how long do you wait, becomes a very important part of this.
Yeah, I remember in the Jewish community.
Yes.
I happen to be a part of the Jewish community. You are
but a
not
small
actively
bit of you are
because,
Jewish. Yeah,
but we don't really
practice
or anything. We don't practice anything. But I remember stories that my mother would tell me of because there are very few Jewish people in Bombay.
Yes.
And it's an old community. A lot of them have moved out. A lot of the younger generation moved to Israel, whatever.
Okay.
And a few of them that are left, and the older people would pass away. But then the whole community would descend on that person's house and just start picking up stuff.
Oh, wow.
It was like literally what they said, like vultures coming into a house. And if that person didn't have much family, or they didn't have, but people there'd be people who would have helped them in their final few years or months, or you'd have some other
like cupboard and bed and all
everything.
Like that kind of
There'd
stuff.
be stuff moving out on the day after the house would start getting cleared up. Just
so nothing would be
coming
left. Yeah.
And just picking up stuff. Nothing would be left.
Wow.
So it
my whole thing is that I don't have any children, right? So when I think I pass away, then I don't have very many things, but just for fun, I'd like to booby trap my assets. So if somebody comes for them, I just want to have one last bit of fun. So you open the cupboard and just some sort of white smoke would explode in your face.
Yeah.
If you try to unplug the fridge and take it,
some bucket would fall
on your head. Just don't you think, if you are deceased and people come to grab your stuff, it should be booby trapped in some way.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that what we should all then do is, in a way, booby trap the staff also.
Yeah.
So basically, you need to make sure that they are hyped up in a big way.
Yeah.
But maybe he's not that good a driver. But the rumor has spread that he's very good. He's very efficient. This guy, he's the best. But then finally when he joins you, you realize that, my God,
he's
this
terrible.
guy is damn bad.
He's terrible.
So, and that's the last trick that you've played on people.
It's like Kaiser Soze. Yeah. Or you tell the driver when you pass away, देखो
कि वो गाड़ी, वो सांप का गाड़ी ना, उसका स्क्रैच कर
एक बार ठोक देना, please.
ठोक देना उसका गाड़ी,
एक बार
बस मेरे लिए.
And he's like, his last memory, you realize, you tell the driver, he's like, एक बात बता रहा हूँ, मैं जब चला जाऊंगा विलास, I'm saying the driver's name is Vilas for whatever reason. वो 301 का जो है ना,
मेरा साहब,
वो तुमको बोलेगा ज्वाइन करने,
पास आओ, तुम जाओ,
तुम 100% जाना. लेकिन फर्स्ट वीक में उनका जो निसान अल्टीमा है, वो जस्ट एक बार,
जो पार्किंग के लिए बहुत चिल्ला रहा था ना, गाड़ी चलाओ,
जस्ट एक बार जस्ट जाके वो दीवार में लगा देना.
नहीं तो BST के साथ ना एकदम करके स्क्रैच करके ले लेना.
और बोलना मैं ऐसा ही चलाता हूँ साहब. जस्ट एक बार. And the driver was like, आपके लिए सर,
आपके लिए साहब.
anything. और वो दीवार में गाड़ी मार के तुम भाग जाना.
हाँ.
तुम just एक बार भाग. So it's like a last act of sabotage.
Yeah.
You've created like a suicide bomber actually. You think,
What are these ploys we're coming up with, Pal?
you are a driver, like
Yeah.
it's a driver, but in him you've left your last legacy.
Yeah.
You know?
This is the last
And
ace
then
up your sleeve.
I'm saying that the guy who died, you never forget that guy.
Yeah. Are his driver, yeah.
He was a very good driver, but you know what he did? He just took Verma's car, he banged it in a wall, and the guy ran away.
Where is he now?
I don't know, nobody knows. He's just run away. I'm telling you, that 301, that guy who died, he's left behind poison.
Yeah.
Kural, speaking of poison, sticking to apartment conundrums, we had a conundrum coming in from somebody who's close to us. And his conundrum is this. He lives in an apartment building and he's good friends with all the people on his floor, the 3
Right.
or 4 people. And the families have become friends and they're all the same age. But all the other people now want to have these social plans of all the people on the same floor.
In
And
the
he sent
corridor.
us this conundrum like a plea for help,
Yeah.
saying, what do I do if I'm close friends with people on my floor in my building?
But I don't want to go.
I don't want to go. Sometimes I've got a private desire to do something else. I just, the difficulty is any excuse I come up with, like I have to go somewhere else, etc. It's
They
difficult.
know.
They know.
They know that you haven't
where I
gone.
live.
Because you haven't left. You're here. You're in
You're
your
just
house.
there in your house. And they're like, I need to watch TV. They can hear your TV.
I
like,
want to watch this Premier
I just
League
wanna
game.
chill in the
you wanna watch
balcony.
the game. You don't want to come and chill with us.
yeah. And they're like, you're not on the balcony. We can see you.
Yeah.
So he's really stuck because he doesn't know how to get out of this situation where he's made good friends on the floor he lives in.
It's so sad that you feel
Tragic.
cornered.
Yeah.
You feel cornered in your own home
Yeah.
with well-meaning people,
Good people.
with good people who just want to have a good time.
Yes.
But sometimes you don't want to have their good time.
No.
You want to have your own good time.
On your own terms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you do then?
Yeah.
Do you there are 2 options.
Yeah. Yeah.
One is that you end up being the asshole,
Yeah.
which is you stop responding, acting aloof, putting on a bit of an ego, just being inaccessible, all of that. But then and in the end, you'll be hated on the floor.
And also, you had a term for this. You're saying that you are basically poisoning the relationship from the outside.
From the outside.
Yeah.
Because
Meaning you're just being rude and yeah.
Yeah, you're just saying, no, I'm sorry, I'm just really tired. And then people will start, then they'll just say, but they'll still meet.
Yeah.
The activity will still be going on. You will be ostracized.
Yeah.
And ultimately you might not be close friends with these people. The other way to do it is to spoil the activity from the inside.
You have to poison the
You have to
thing.
poison the atmosphere.
Yeah, the whole atmosphere. And you were saying that the way to do it is to maybe try to a couple of ways. One is to force them to start doing things that you like. Like if you listen to a really esoteric podcast, force those people to start listening to that podcast so that
Yeah.
after a while they'd be like,
Yeah, I can't listen to that
he
podcast.
forces us to listen to this
Hey, can't,
6-hour
yeah.
true crime podcast.
We
Rubbish.
won't call him.
So slowly you're saying that poisons the friendship.
That because then you're getting too specific
Too
about,
familiar.
about
Yeah.
who you are and what you like.
Yeah.
Then if you say,
You're like, listen, I love watching chess online.
we'll watch together. It's damn exciting.
It's a very exciting full chess game we'll watch.
Yeah, 4 hours.
And then you also realize that maybe I want my downtime away from this guy.
Correct.
That is the art of poisoning a friendship from the inside.
Inside.
Yeah.
Because you have to start revealing your true nature.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
the other way to
And
do
it's
it,
not often, people say, oh, private means the person is doing something embarrassing or sexual.
No.
Sometimes it's
it's
just,
just doing what you actually do.
it's something you want to do that nobody else wants to do with you.
Like I watch a lot of gardening videos.
Yeah. And also carpet cleaning YouTube video.
I'm saying that if you made it a group activity.
Yeah.
And you said we're just going to watch
YouTube
The
video.
Gardens of Italy.
Yeah.
It's like a 4-part series.
What do you watch like on Netflix or Amazon?
Yeah,
you
yeah,
watch
just
gardening.
Gardening.
So explain that to our listeners.
It's
What
like
is
about
that?
gardens, Like
Okay.
you just go
Yeah.
and the guy visits all these different gardens.
Yeah.
And then he talks about the garden, and the French gardens are very different to the gardens in Italy. And they're very different to the gardens in Greece. And then,
Okay.
of course, the English garden is completely different.
Yeah.
More focused on flowers.
Okay.
In France, it's more green.
And this is a TV show
In
fully
Italy,
on
it's
gardens.
a lot more rustic. Huh?
It's
It's all on gardening, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Like,
more about
I-
gardens rather than gardening. Because the same guy does gardening also.
Now tell me, if you had 3 other friends who were your close friends on a floor,
Yeah.
and you want to do this gardening thing on your own,
Yeah.
and you wanted to poison the friendship,
Yeah.
you would invite them to watch this with you.
We have to see this, yeah.
And after the first 2 hours, they'd hate you forever.
Yeah, it would be over.
Then one guy'd go back to his flat and be like, where is my equivalent of gardening?
Yeah.
What is my thing?
Hmm.
Because why is it that Kunal has his own thing and I
Yeah,
don't?
Yeah,
And slowly, the great thing about that poisoning is each person will then have their own thing.
correct.
And the whole floor friendship will dissolve.
It'll be gone.
Yeah. So I guess during Diwali, listen to this podcast on how to build friendships.
Yeah.
We are like a demotivational podcast. Like we're telling people how not
to
to
get
get
out
along.
of it.
Yeah. So basically, if there's a very thriving friendship dinners on one floor, we are taking the happily ever after situation
Right.
and poisoning it.
Right.
So we're saying eventually each person will discover their own little love, and then the corridor will be desolate, empty
It'll
with
be
no
empty,
friendship.
echoing.
Yeah. In fact, this is a suggestion just before Diwali
Yeah.
that if you don't want to hang out with your neighbors
Yeah.
and do anything, please poison the relationship
Now.
in time.
Yeah.
In time
Just
before
pre-poison
Diwali.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't have to see anybody. I don't know if I told you that, like, you have a thing for gardening. I think you know this. I have a thing for roast meat.
Roast meat. Yeah, even I have roast
Yeah,
meat.
and we've talked about this. That I've watched a lot of videos of how meat is roasted in different parts of the world.
Oh, yeah. I've
Sometimes
watched a
underground.
master class.
Yeah, you have
I
correct.
attended the full master class.
Yes, and yours was smoking. You like
smoking.
Texas.
Aaron Franklin. Yeah.
Where how they, and apparently it has to be with charcoal from
Yeah,
under.
wood,
Yeah.
and it's very important what kind of wood, because that leads to the kind of smoking. And it's a long process, 8 hours, 12 hours. You have to really nurture the meat, spray it with
Yeah.
all sorts of vinegar and salt mixture. You have to spray it, and then the meat sizzles when it gets sprayed, and then you shut it, and then you tend to the fire. It's
And the
beautiful.
fire has to keep going for
Keep
a
going,
long
keep
time.
going. And then by the end of it, you get this meat where you just like smash it with your hands, and it all just falls apart.
Yeah.
It's lovely.
it's almost like cake. It's that soft.
It's very soft.
Yeah.
Very soft.
Now this obsession,
Hmm.
let's say if you shared it with your building friends,
Yeah.
they would not be your friends.
Some might,
Yeah.
but then
It could backfire,
It
yes.
could backfire,
Yeah.
because then it could get into a cookout and all that. Then it would be difficult.
And actually, that we must warn our listeners against that situation, because if you've got, say, 4 flats, close friends, and you're trying desperately to ruin the atmosphere, and by doing that, one friend starts loving all your private desires.
Then you're in trouble.
He enjoys the gardens, roast meat.
Carpet cleaning.
Then you're stuck with this guy forever, because you can't be like, Acha, listen, tomorrow I can't see you because I'm doing this.
Yeah. Then you
That
have to
person, like, I want to do that also.
Correct. You have to really dig deep. Then
Then you have to
something
find
very,
something.
very
It's like, Thursdays I can't see you because that's when I go to murder people.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Or then you have to get into those, the videos where you don't know why it's coming on your algorithm, but it's being forwarded. Then you get into that. There
Yeah.
was some that I had which was on teeth cleaning,
Correct.
which is just it's very sad.
Or what we discovered
dental
today,
treatment.
Bombay real estate brokers doing
yeah.
videos.
Correct.
2-bedroom in Jew.
Jordar,
Beautiful garden.
Jabardast.
And then that's the breaking point. You have to take the friendship to the breaking point.
Yeah.
This has been our last week.
This has.
And Kunal, we, you can listen to us normally.
Normally, yeah.
Yeah.
Through your ears.
Through ear places. Or you can listen to us on Patreon
Yes.
at patreon.com/our last week.
Yes.
So bye. And we will have more conundrums for you next week.
Next week. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
You were listening to Our Last Week, produced by Rajesh Tahil and Avdoot Khanolkar, hosted by Anubhav Pal and Kunal Roy Kapoor, assistant producers Akansha Kadam and Rahul Vaswani.